Hello everyone, started with today's topic. We started with the topic of homeopathic posology. This is from the aphorism number 245 to 258. In this, homeopathic posology is divided into mainly 2 points. First, regarding the mode of using remedies, and second one regarding the science of commencing improvement. So these are the main 2 points that cover the homeopathic posology. In this, the homeopathic posology is divided into these aphorisms. Aphorism number 245, it is regarding diet and regimen and mode of employing medicine. 246, it is regarding mode of employing remedies in chronic disease. 247, it is regarding repetition of the dose. 248, regarding how to increase the power of medicine. 249, it is regarding when to use the antidote. Then 250, it is regarding acute disease and wrong selection. 251, it is regarding repetition of medicine in the same potency. Then aphorism number 252, it is regarding removal of obstacles in the way of cure. 253, it is regarding science of aggravation and amelioration. Then 254, it is regarding how to identify whether it is aggravation or amelioration. And 255, it is regarding how to record the follow-up cases or follow-up recording. Then 256, it is regarding science of wrong simillimum. In this there is some print mistake. Then aphorism number 257, it is regarding disadvantages of favorite medicines. And 258, it is regarding never be prejudiced to any remedy. So in this we are started with aphorism number 245, and in yesterday's lecture we finished up to 248. So before starting the aphorism number 249, we will revise what we studied yesterday. So in aphorism number 245, we studied about the knowledge of medicine regarding the mode of using the remedies. In this, after getting the knowledge of medicine, after getting the knowledge of disease, and after getting the knowledge about how to apply the medicinal knowledge to the disease knowledge, in this case the physician also knows about, after giving the exact simillimum medicine to the patient, that is, he must know the knowledge regarding diet and regimen that he has to suggest to the patient in different disease condition. That is, what should be the diet and what should be the regimen that patient follow during different disease condition. The physician must know about it, and along with this he also know about, that is, mode of using remedies. Means only selection of remedy is not the duty of physician, but after the proper selection of remedy, what should be the next prescription, means what should be the second prescription of this selection of remedy, or after selection of remedy, what should be the dose of that medicine, what should be the potency of that medicine. He must know about these conditions. And after the selection of remedy, or after knowing the dose and potency, he must know about the second prescription. That is, after giving the first dose, at second dose or at the follow-up of case, what should be the done. He should repeat the same medicine, or he should increase the potency, or he should change the remedy, or he should antidote the remedy. That knowledge must be known to the physician, and this is given in these aphorisms. So in aphorism number 245, it is regarding the knowledge of diet and regimen and the mode of using the remedy, how to use the remedies after the selection of remedy. This is explaining in aphorism number 245. After finishing the aphorism number 245, we shift towards the next aphorism, the most important aphorism, 246. And in this aphorism 246, it is regarding the mode of employing remedies in chronic diseases. Means what should be the mode of employing the remedies in chronic diseases. In this, The general rule in chronic disease is not to repeat a remedy till improvement continues. Means we know that in chronic diseases it is a rule that is not to repeat a remedy till improvement continues. That is, after giving the medicine, if the patient is feeling improvement and he is feeling better, up till now we should not repeat the medicine in chronic diseases. And in acute diseases it bear a repetition of remedy. The frequency of repetition depending on the intensity of the disease. Means what type of disease is it, on this the repetition of remedy is depending. So in acute condition the intensity of signs and symptoms is much high, and due to fast metabolic process there is need of frequent repetition. On the contrary, in chronic diseases, as deep acting, long acting miasmatic medicine gets indicated, there is no need of frequent repetition. That is, repeat the dose if indicated after the exhaustion of action of the previous medicine. So in chronic condition we do not repeat the medicine frequently, and in acute diseases we repeat the medicine or remedy frequently. So in this, along with this, they also explaining in these aphorisms that is, a single dose of an appropriately selected homeopathic remedy may at times continuously act for about 40 days, 50 days, 60 days or even up to 100 days and bring about a complete cure. That is, this may be the duration of many long acting or deep acting medicines. But Hahnemann was ever on the look out for the finding better methods of administration of drugs which will reduce the period of treatment and expedite cure. In a long footnote to section 246, he wrote explicit instructions to that effect. He laid down their conditions which are to be fulfilled in hastening cure, which are as follows. In aphorism number 246, he also explained as the first, the medicine selected must be perfectly homeopathic to the disease, and secondly, the medicine must be given in high potencies, and thirdly, the medicine is to be repeated at intervals which might depend on the nature of each case, with the precaution that the degree of every dose should deviate somewhat from the preceding and following. So as regards the third condition, Hahnemann discovered a new method in 6th edition of Organon that is different from what he followed when he published in the 5th edition of Organon. So this is the view of Dr. Hahnemann given in the 6th edition of Organon. In 6th edition he comments that is after there some rule for the frequent repetition in chronic diseases, and in these rules are, first one, that is the medicine selected must be perfectly homeopathic to the disease, means it must be a perfect simillimum to the disease condition, and second rule that the medicine must be given in high potencies, means the medicine which we give to the patient, it must be in a high potency, means in that condition we decrease the quantity of the medicinal content and increase the power of that medicinal content. So in this they explain about mainly the new method of dispensing to the patients, that is regarding the LM potency. So in this LM potency we can give the patients with frequent repetition of the medicine, but while using the LM potency the physician must be 100% sure that he should select the exact simillimum to the disease condition, and secondly, that is he is using the high potency to the patients, and then only he can use the frequent repetition in these conditions. So this is explaining in aphorism number 246 regarding the mode of employing the remedies in chronic diseases, that is what should be done in the chronic diseases. So in 6th edition this is regarding the LM potency. But his instructions as laid down in the 5th edition of Organon as Hahnemann choose the 30th potency of a drug homeopathic to acute and chronic cases, and in a case of chronic disease that drug should always be allowed to exhaust its action before a new medicine is given or the same one repeated. So these are the some of the instructions regarding the using of medicine in chronic condition, that is given in the 5th edition of Organon of Medicine. And in this, Dr. Hahnemann firstly explained as Hahnemann choose the 30th potency of a drug homeopathic to acute or chronic cases, and in a case of chronic disease that drug should be always allowed to exhaust its action before a new medicine is given or the same one is repeated. So when he is using that 30 potency, the action of that medicine is completed. Up till now he should not change the remedy, or the new medicine is given or the same one is repeated. Then second rule he explained as, but this later experience showed that one such smallest dose, single minute globule saturated with the medicine of the 30th potency of a drug was insufficient to effect all the curative action that might be expected from the medicine. But secondly, he found that, or experience told him, that is showed him, one such smallest dose of a single medicine or a single dose of 30th potency of a drug was insufficient to effect all the curative action and that might be expected from the medicine. So this is insufficient dose. Then third point he explained about this, that is to expedite the cure, he tried repetition of the same medicine every day for 3 successive days, but the result was aggravation of the disease. That is, after experience showed him, that is, this is insufficient to effect all the curative action of the medicine, he tried to do the repetition of the same remedy, that is for every day for 3 successive days. Means he selected a medicine and gives the single dose of that medicine for 3 successive days, but the result was aggravation of the disease condition, but he found that there is an aggravation of the disease condition. Then secondly he found that instead of one single globules of the best selected remedy, he administered 6, 7, 8 of them at once and even a half of a whole drop. The result was unfavorable, often very bad, causing injury to the patient. And secondly he tried, that is instead of using a one globule of that medicine, he is using 6, 7 or 8 globules, but result was unfavorable. Then he tried lower potency of remedy in a large dose. The result was bad with the aforesaid method. So when he using the low potency with large doses, the result was also very bad. Then he tried repetition of the drug in lower potency in quick succession, the same unfavorable result effect. Means then he tried the repetition of the drug in lower potency, there must be a same unfavorable result effects. So he hit up a via media which is follow as, that is, then he advised administration of 30 of a well selected drug not oftener than every 7 days, even in a robust person, and in a fully developed sora or such a dose only every 9, 12 or 14 day to be repeated until it causes to be of service in a weaker or a more excitable patient of this kind. And he found that the psoriatic diseases required 4 to 10 such doses for complete cure. So these are the different Instructions given by Dr. Hahnemann in 5th edition of Organon of Medicine. Then he gave the instructions as: in acute cases, the time of repeating the best selected homeopathic drug depends on the seriousness and the rare of evolutionary of the disease. A dose should be repeated after 24, 16, 12, 8, 4 or even few hours or every 5 minutes when the urgency of a case depends such. So these are the different instructions that Dr. Hahnemann given in the 5th edition of Organon of Medicine. But before knowing these instructions, you should remember what is given in the 6th edition of Organon of Medicine. That is, in 6th edition of Organon of Medicine, he using the new method of employing the medicine, and he uses the frequent repetition in that condition. So this is given in aphorism number 246. Then in aphorism number 247, it is regarding repetition of the dose. So what is the view of Dr. Hahnemann regarding the repetition of the dose? In this he explained as: in case of acute diseases as well as in chronic diseases, same medicine should not be repeated in the same potency, because what the medicine can do in given potency has already done. That is, when we using the medicine in chronic diseases, same medicine, it must be regarding the acute and chronic diseases both. The same medicine should not be repeated in same potency, because what the medicine can do in given potency has already done. And if same medicine repeated in the same potency, instead of any benefit, there occur proving of given medicine. That is, if we repeated the same medicine for many of the time, that is, instead of giving the benefit, there occur a proving of that given medicine, and that causes the distress to the patient. So due to this reason stated in the above line, if there is need of already given medicine, it should be repeated in higher potency than already given, so that there is a speedy cure. That is, to cause the speedy cure, you have to repeat the same medicine but with a higher potency every time. So this is the rule of Dr. Hahnemann regarding the repetition of the dose. That is explaining in aphorism number 247. Then aphorism number 248, it is regarding how to increase the power of medicine. And to increase the power of medicine, that can be increased by dynamizing the medicine at each and every time prior to administration of that medicine. That is, before taking each dose, every time the prior of administration of medicine, you have to increase the potency of that medicine by dynamization of process, by dynamizing that medicine. And this can be dynamization done by the process of succussions and triturations. But this is explaining about the LM potency, that is explaining in 6th edition of Organon of Medicine, or this is regarding the new method of potentizing remedies and the method of administration of doses of the drug. In this, how to increase the power of medicine, that is, power of medicine can be increased by dynamizing the medicine at each and every time prior to administration. In this, the new method of dynamization of drug, that is known as a medicamentum and globuli, or it is also called as a new method of repeating the doses of medicine. And in this, Dr. Hahnemann suggests how to increase the potency of that medicine, or how to increase the power of that medicine. In this, they explain one globule of medicine prepared after the new method of dynamization new method of dynamization is dissolved in 7 to 8 tablespoonful of water, and after thorough succussions with 8, 10, 12 succussions of the vital 1 tablespoonful is taken and put in a glass of water containing about 7 to 8 spoonfuls. Then this stirred thoroughly and a dose is given to the patient. If the patient is unusually excited and sensitive, a teaspoonful of the above solution may be put in a second glass of water, thoroughly stirred, and teaspoonful of doses or more is given. There are some patients so sensitive, great sensitiveness, that is a third or a fourth glass similarly prepared may be necessary. Each such prepared glass must be made fresh daily. The globule of a high potency is beat crushed in few grains of a sugar of milk, which is the patient can put in a vial and be dissolved in the requisite quantity of water. So this is regarding the new method of potentizing remedies to increase the power of that medicine. So this is explaining in aphorism number 248. So now in today's lecture we are going to start with aphorism number 249. So what aphorism number 249 explain? First we will read the aphorism number 249. In this, every medicine prescribed for a case of disease which in the course of its action produces new and troublesome symptoms not appertaining to the disease to be cured is not capable of effecting real improvement and cannot be considered as homeopathically selected. It must therefore either, if the aggravation be considerable, be first partially neutralized as soon as possible by an antidote before giving the next remedy, chosen more accurately according to the similarity of action, or if the troublesome symptoms be not very violent or not be very violent, the next remedy must be given immediately in order to take the place of the improperly selected one. So this is aphorism number 249. Excuse me. So what aphorism number 249 suggests? It is regarding the using of antidote, that is every medicine prescribed for a case of disease which in the course of its action produces new and troublesome symptoms not appertaining to the disease to be cured, not capable of effecting the real improvement, and cannot be considered as a homeopathically selected. Means after prescribing the medicine, the patient feels symptoms which are not related to the disease condition, but these are related to that medicinal effect. That medicine causes these symptoms, and this is not capable of effecting the real improvement and cannot be considered as a homeopathically selected, and it must be therefore either, if the aggravation of a considerable, be the first partially neutralized as soon as possible by an antidote before giving the next remedy, chosen more accurately according to the similarity of action. Means these are related to the medicinal effect, and this causes the homeopathic aggravation in that patient. That is, if the troublesome symptoms cannot be very violent, the next remedy must be given immediately in order to take the place of a improperly selected one. So this is regarding the use of a antidote. And what should be the antidote? Antidotes medicinal are those medicinal substances which neutralizes the action of previous medicine. Means if we prescribe the medicine and we have to neutralize the action of that previous medicine, and to neutralize the action of that previous medicine, we use the next medicine. That next medicine we called it as a antidote medicine, but that antidote medicine must have an effect that neutralizes the action of previous medicine, and there is need of antidote if there is medicinal aggravation or a wrong selection of medicine. When to use that antidote? When there is medicinal aggravation causes in the patient, that is the symptoms that are related to that medicine and that causes a serious effect in that patient. In that cases we have to use the antidote for that previous medicine. So there is need of antidote if there is medicinal aggravation or wrong selection of medicine. That is, when we select a wrong medicine by different causes, in that cases we need the antidote to neutralizes the action of previous medicine, and in that cases we uses the antidote. That is explaining in aphorism number 249. That is, antidotal medicine are those medicine which neutralizes the action of previous medicine. There is a need of antidote if there is medicinal aggravation or wrong selection of medicine. In this, you know that homeopathic aggravation, it is of again different types. That is, it may be a disease aggravation or it may be a medicinal aggravation. Disease aggravation means the aggravation of the symptoms of natural disease which is already present in the patient, that we call it as a disease aggravation. And medicinal aggravation means the patient shows the symptoms which are related to that medicine, the symptoms which are not related to that patient, or